Right, the rule is at the moment, when I've got this shirt on, it means I'm talking this year. It means I'm talking about cruises that you can take this summer. I've got a number of different cruise lines on the different shows, and this one is all about Princess Cruises. So if you would like to take a cruise this year, you can. You absolutely can with Princess. Now, there's a number of different itineraries, and in this show, we're going to be talking about what they're calling their no-fly summer Seacations. That's a nice little word, isn't it? We're going to take a Seacation. So it's basically where you take a scenic cruise to and from Southampton, and it's all about just enjoying what's going on the ship and, get this, being on holiday. I know, feels like a long time since we've said that, doesn't it? So the ship of choice for these is going to be Regal Princess, because Regal and Sky Princess are both doing sailings out of Southampton through the summer. Varying lengths, some will have stops, some will not. We're focusing on the Seacation ones at the moment, which are what you call scenic cruises. A cruise to nowhere and back, but it's all about enjoying a cruise. I mean, a lot of people are using these as actually not just a way of being able to get away on holiday, but a way of discovering cruising. Because there are still, I run into people all the time, and you know, we end up talking about cruising, and a lot of people still say to me, oh, I don't know if I'd enjoy cruising, you know, all of that, this, that, and the other, all of those sort of outdated ideas that they've got in their head of what cruising might have been 20 or 30 years ago. I don't know, I wasn't really in the cruising kind of talk 20 or 30 years ago. But I have to say, having been on a few cruises, and I was a bit sceptical before I went on my first one, to be honest. I thought, oh, I don't know, it feels like one of those things where you need to kind of have reached a certain sort of age pinnacle. Do you know what I mean? I'm not being rude in any way, shape or form, but that's some of the outdated views that people do have in their head. But cruising is brilliant fun, really, really good fun. It's great to get away with your other half and just have some real holiday time, some real relaxation time. You're going to love Regal Princess, and you're going to love her most for something called the Ocean Medallion, which is something you either wear around your neck or around your wrist. And it's like a coin, like a medallion, and use it for everything. You can charge your purchases to it. It knows where to find you on the ship, so you can order food or drink wherever you are. You can use it in conjunction with the app to keep in touch with the members of your other members of your party as well, which I think is really, really good. And it just makes a lot more things contactless. It's almost like Princess saw social distancing and, you know, contactless transactions coming long before all of this kind of stuff happened. This is all about either being able to taste cruising for the very first time, or for those of you, and you've seen, I'm sure, on the news over the months as well, those people who they've got 7 or 8 cruises booked up because they're just so ready to go and cruise again, because there are many people that take 3, 4 or 5 cruises a year. That's not unusual. Cruising is something that once you get started with it, it becomes a little bit, I don't want to say addictive, but it becomes a little bit compulsive, because I think it's so easy. Because it gives you a full day where there's never any dead spots in your day. There's always something you can be doing, being part of, watching, enjoying, eating, whatever it might be. And Princess really know how to put on a show. They really do. Now, remember, all of these ships are running at a reduced capacity, so there are less places available to be able to talk to you about. And on this particular offering, that we're not talking insides and we're not talking ocean view, we're talking straight to balcony on an opportunity like this. So this is a summer Seacation, as Princess are calling it. So to and from Southampton, scenic cruising. I don't know where you will go. It might be a little magical mystery tour, but it's all about the experience of cruising for an incredible price tag. Now, let me show you that first, because on the 31st of July, you can be going away for those 3 nights for an amazing price tag. Now, I do know, and this is great because it's the end of July, I know a lot of people are trying to book somewhere to go in the UK, a holiday cottage or something like that, and finding that the prices have just absolutely shot up sky high because that was the only option. Well, now we have a cruising option this year, which I think is really, really good. And this is just one of many cruises that both Regal and Sky Princess are going to be taking through the summer season, which I think is really, really good. Now, so 31st of July for 3 nights is that price, but let me show you some other itineraries as well, because some are longer. In fact, Regal Princess is taking a number of different sailings in July and August as well, ranging from 3 to 7 nights. Now, we're homing in on the summer Seacation ones, so they're the ones that don't have ports as part of them. So you can go 3 nights, 4 nights there with different options and different dates, as you can see. They're all balcony prices as well, which is just bonkers if you think about it. On the left-hand side, that top bubble, by the way, worth noting, because Princess have an all-inclusive option, which is called Princess Plus. Now, that used to be £35 per person per day. It's actually now been reduced to £30 per person per day. And that's worth knowing for this, because it's brilliant, because that gives you all of your drinks package. It gives you your Wi-Fi, which is unlimited through your cruise, and your gratuities as well, all for one fixed price of £30 per person per day. So you can see for a 3-night cruise, that would be £90 extra each, and that would be all inclusive with full Wi-Fi and gratuities included, which is bonkers. And you can book this right now for a deposit which is as low as 50 quid each, which is brilliant. Now, there are various ways to find all of these itineraries. You can search for Regal Princess or Sky Princess through the summer months, or you can give us the job. Just call us on 0800 953 4700. We'll go searching and scouting through the dates. You tell us when in the diary works best for you, when you can get the time off, or just the first one you can, please, and we'll do that for you. It's not a problem. Should we get back on board Regal Princess and go and have a look around? Because the joy of a cruise is the cruise itself. The only stipulation pre-cruise for the summer Seacations is that you will need to have had both of your COVID vaccinations, and your second vaccination you will need to have had at least 7 days before sailing. So bear that in mind. Another quick thing just to mention as well is some people are asking about, can we book sort of multiple sailings that are back to back? Alas not. Between sailings, you will need a 7-day gap. So apart from that, you can book multiple sailings, but of course there does need to be that 7-day gap between them. So you can take a fair few of these cruises through the summer season if you fancy it, but you've just got to bear in mind that 7 days in the middle. Apart from that, go for your life, because they're amazing cruises. I'm sure you've heard about Princess Cruises over the years as well. You might well have been catching up on box sets and things like that. You may have seen the series of The Cruise, which featured on Princess cruise ships, where you get to see what happens sort of behind the scenes as well as out on deck, so to speak. But all of these fabulous restaurants, some are included in your price tag, some are speciality, so a small extra cover charge to do that. There'll be a few changes on board, of course, you would expect in the new normal with, social distancing, etc., etc. And bear in mind, I've got so much to tell you in 10 minutes, honestly. I feel like I've bombarded you with a sea of words, and apologies for that, because this is all about a nice, relaxing holiday. But there's so much I could tell you about these. What I would say to you is have a word with your other half, have a look at your other half right now if they're there with you, and say, right, do we need a cruise? Do we need a cruise soon? This is probably your best opportunity to get your soonest holiday and to get it guaranteed with no ifs and buts and maybes. All you need is to have had both of your COVID jabs, and your second COVID jab needs to be at least 7 days before you sail on this. But at the end of the day, we can book a holiday. That's all that matters right now, isn't it? So listen, let us do all of the hard work for you. Give us a call right now, 0800 953 4700. Remember, all of these offers, we're talking balcony, which is brilliant. We're talking the option to add Princess Plus, which is a new reduced price as well, just £30 per person per day. All your drinks included, Wi-Fi and gratuities, and you've got one of the most incredible cruise lines that will look after you so beautifully. It might be your first cruise. Listen, if you never do it, you'll never know, will you? And talk to your friends as well. Get them involved in this. It's too good to miss.